Hey guys, it's Michelle with Embellish the Season. Happy Saturday, everybody. I know it's very early. It's 8 a.m. Well, it's very early here, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Welcome to the DIY Arts and Craft Room Trash to Treasure event. I am kicking off today, so I'm going to wait just a couple of minutes and see if we have anyone popping on. If you see the red box right there, we're live. And if not, you are catching the replay. You can put hashtag replay, say hello so we know you visited. And yes, so I'm excited. I was thinking about my project and seeing like, well, what trash do I have? Well, crafters have lots of trash because we don't ever throw anything away. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes. When you get on, say hello so I can see if my comments are working. I'm just going to paint something really quick while I'm waiting. And hopefully today our comments work, but if not, I have my iPad over here that could be a backup since that had to happen once before. So I see I've got two little eyes there, so thank you so much. At worst case, I can, let me look and see if I'm on. Just so you all know that Facebook in Business Suite, unless it's just me, took away the reverse. So you could reverse the words. It's not there anymore. I know it's not just me, but I apologize if I'm backwards because I can't find the button anymore. All right, let me come over here to where I'm at. I think I'm on. There I am. Very good. Make sure I have my sound off. But I am going, okay, so I see, once again, oh, there you are, Kelly, good morning, hello. Okay, good, comments are working here, comments are working there, so I'm good. All right, perfect, it's 8 o'clock, let's get started. So this is Trash to Treasure, and I don't know if you guys have ever caught, there was some like shows a long time ago, Do It on a Dime, and those were my favorite shows on HGTV. Anyone else? And I used to watch that show, Trash to Treasure. Now, they were a little elaborate, and I was looking around, and I certainly have a lot of trash I could flip. But today, hey Trina, thank you, good morning. I wanted to use something that everybody has. And so really quickly, if you guys, many of you who follow like our team or our page or seen it maybe around on Chalk Studio, or there's a big egg carton craze with making these. Those are actually bought cartons, craft cartons. Thank you for sprinkling me. I appreciate it. So these you can buy in like six eggs and do like they were doing these amazing designs on here. And I thought, hi Victoria, thought that was the cutest thing. And if I had a class or I had like a show, I would have totally made those. So I'm going to use an egg carton, but I'm not doing it that way. I am going to use an egg carton because the Lord knows eggs are a little expensive. So we need to use the egg carton too. Okay, so we've got an egg carton. Hi, Viv. So we got the egg carton, and I have a piece of cardboard from a box. Okay, so let me point you down, push you back, and point you down a little bit. And I'm going to show you a couple of other supplies we're going to use. So we are going to use an oldie but a goodie, and then we're going to use this one. Welcome Peeps. So just so you know, I'm very irritated that I can't flip my camera. So this is Welcome Peeps. We're going to use this. And I like to just show you. I never make anything simple. So I might use some of these. I don't know. But I am going to use this older one. This is just, I'm just using the Chick. And this is actually from 2018. Can you believe that, you guys? I can't believe it's that old. That's crazy. Cute chicks. So I'm going to use just this chick. So let's get started. And I'll show you as we go. I'll put this aside, and then I'm going to start building my eggs. I do have eggs of all sorts to go in here. So, hi, Brooke. I'm so excited. Brooke, so you guys, Brooke her page is The Savage Daughter, and she is a chalker, but she also cuts shapes. And so she posted, give her a follow if you don't follow, and she posted all these little farm animals, and of course, Tiffany Thiessen collection has all of that chickens and things. So I ordered a chicken and I think and a cow, and I'm excited because I don't really work with cutouts very well, and so I can't wait to get them. I'm just using some acrylic paint. This is a dollar store board, and I'm just gonna really roughly paint this. Just so you know, the dog is barking because she heard a motorcycle, thinking it's my husband, but he's not even home. He's at work. So, all right, I'm gonna just give this a quick rough paint, and then we're going to use some chalk suede paper and that little welcome peeps, and we are going to chalk those little chickies, people, and we are going to cut them out. And then we are going to put them inside some eggs. So I've been sitting on this project since I found out we were doing Trash to Treasure, because I was going to actually do it on my page just to do, you know, feels like there isn't enough time to do all of the projects. Easter is always like Christmas to me. I like making all the things, but we always run out of time. So I think right now, as soon as I'm done, maybe I'm going to, this week or in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start doing the patriotic stuff and get ahead of myself, because I like making patriotic stuff too. I don't know about you guys, but I like the patriotic stuff. So this was just some acrylic paint that you can get at the craft store, and this has already got a hanger. So I just wanted to do something, because I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to distress it a little, and we're going to chalk on it on there. So I'm just going to set this aside. Of course, I have a bunch of embellishments and stuff like that. Okay, so I have my egg carton. We're going to bring over our welcome peeps. Hey, Suzanne, how are you, my friend? And guys, if you have, if you ordered from me from the Sunday sale, it has all shipped out. So it should be arriving if it hasn't arrived already, and I hope it arrives safely. I try to pack everything well so that it doesn't get, you know how they are. They were very mean at the post office. I went to drop something off at the counter where you put boxes, and they were very angry. So I was like, well, okay, gotcha. All right, so this is a piece of chalk suede. This was from a project I had done before, but I don't throw anything away, so I may need red at some point. So chalk suede is a coated cardstock. It's a little thick, like cardstock, but better, and it has like a smooth surface. They don't carry it anymore. I got this from one of my teammates. She was able to let me grab one from her. So I love this stuff, but you can also, oh yay, yes, Victoria, I know you got yours. I'm so happy. Thank you. These are little cards. So if you don't have chalk suede and you have chalk cards, these have that little coating that prevents it from like sticking and stuff. All right, so I'm just going to chalk chicks at this moment. This is welcome. This is welcome peeps. And I'm just going to, I'm going to fuzz because this will want to stick to the paper. So I've got the idea in my head. I'm not sure. I got to get it to go from my head to from my hands to my head, which a lot of things can happen between here and here. I don't know. It might lose its way or something. But all right. So today we have a full lineup of friends. If I don't have, I forgot to print who's coming up after me. So if someone could let me know, is it Dory Joe with Prairie Scraps? I think it is. If anyone knows, can you just drop it in there? Because I feel very sorry I didn't get that information. So I'm just giving these a good fuzz. If you have a terry towel, you can use that. This is one of our fuzzing cloths. All right, so I'm gonna put these here. They don't have to be in any particular way. I'm just gonna put them here. So I grabbed 3 different colors. I have Bumblebee. This is traditional. Yay. So Dory Joe Prairie Scraps is coming up next. You got to catch my girl Dory Joe. I have Sunnyside, and then I have Pucker. So I thought these, I'm going to make 3 different color chicks. I don't have chicks, but if I did. All right. Okie dokie. I feel a little uncoordinated because it's early and it's early. All right. This is Pucker. I don't know why that's not opened. I swear I opened it. All right, so I'm just gonna do one of them in Sunnyside. This is our chalk paste. It's non-toxic and washable, and I'm gonna do all my chicks in different colors. So I'm gonna try to go quickly so I can get to all the little moving parts of this. This one's really cute. There's so many cute Easter things that you can make. But, so I've got these little guys. So I wanted them in little different colors. I'll stick them over here on my little mat. So here's my little chickies. I did them on 2 different colors. And I haven't crafted since Wednesday. I'm a little, have you ever felt like that when you're like out of your sync? Here's another one. And I have another one. So I'm just gonna do different ones. I don't want them to touch each other. So the next one I'm going to do is, I'll repeat, but I'll do Pucker on here. But those little egg carton, these are cute. This one sparkles. So this is Pucker. It was a color of the month, and it has like a sparkle in it. That's really cute. Okay, I got that one. And then we're going to cut all these out. So my idea is I'm going to cut these and they're going to peek out of eggs. And we're going to make a sign and we're going to attach the cardboard, the carton to that. I was going to chalk inside the carton, but I kind of didn't know where that would put it as far as, hi Denise. I wasn't sure where it would like be able to kind of set, so I like to make something with a landing, I guess, or somewhere that it could actually like hang, almost like a little window box. Okay, next I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do all my chalking for this part, and then we'll let this dry, and then we'll go back and chalk on the other. So this is an old one. I'm just going to use this big chick. It's really cute. Oh, okay. So this one I think I got this as a retired one or a gift or something maybe. I don't really need anything except the eyes. Bear with me 1 second. So what's everybody up to today? I have a bunch of things I got to do this morning, but I'll be trying to pop on throughout the day and catch everybody or grab the replay. You can always watch the replay in the DIY Arts and Craft Room, so make sure you guys go and follow along there if you're not already. So I'm just going to put this one. This one's kind of used, so I don't worry about, not going to worry about fuzzing too much. I'm going to use Sunnyside on this one. But I'm going to cut these down, so, all right. So we've got little chicks big chicks. And it is beautiful here in Las Vegas. A little windy today, but other than that, it's going to be a super nice day. All right, so here's my little chicks and my big chicks. Now, these guys have a little transfer that goes over to give them their eyes and stuff. I want to make sure it's dry. And then I'll just do that. You're going to craft and watch everybody today? Cool. I'm going to grocery store, run errands. I stuck my finger in that one. Okay, these are a little tacky, but you can see they all are a little different color. And I'm going to cut them out, and then I'm going to give a little distress. Aren't they cute? They are cute. So I'm just doing this real quick. All right, so I've got that. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to bring back my sign, which is still wet, but I was going to do it earlier, but 8 o'clock comes around really fast. But I could do this after 2, which is what I'll probably do. So let me talk to you about my eggs while I'm drying this. This is just a carton from the grocery store. This carton is an option. This carton, this is stuff from my craft stash. The pucker is really pretty. So this is actually, was in my craft stash. These are confetti eggs. Okay, so these confetti eggs, you can get these at Walmart. I've had this in my craft stash. It has a little, look, and inside is confetti. Okay, so I don't want confetti, but I do like the little egg. So if you want to do colored ones, you could do that. And if you don't have an egg carton, you can totally just use the carton of here, right? So I think I might use the colored eggs, but I am going to show you another way too. So these have a little bit of confetti and they're already cut, right? So they already have, like, you can break them and you can just make them a little more authentic. They really do fall apart, but you could do that. They fall apart a little more than I would want them to. So this was another one. Let me just grab a few different colors on here. And I'll just, so these are cute. I guess they have these for kids and stuff, but I could just break them. So I'm just going to set them over here for the moment, and then we're going to work with them. And I'll grab this blue one, and you can just, these, they have them right now. They may even have them at the dollar store or the $1.75 store. That's what I hear. Word on the street is. So then this one, these are already done. But let me show you. I don't want to use yellow. I'll use, I got purple. I got green. Maybe I'll use the yellow. What the heck. I only have 4, but I was going to do something else. So these, you can just peel these away. I'd say it's just the work that gets done for you. But look how cute. And then they just kind of have this little egg shape. But if you don't want to use those, let me set these down here. If you don't want to use these ones, these are another kind you can use. These are dyeables, and I'm not going to use the dye. I'm throwing it away, but you could always dye these in a color, but we don't need to dye. So, hey, Dory Jo. So there she is. She's up next, Dory Jo. So these are dyeables, but these come plain. So what I wanted to show you was, I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. I started breaking them because they are hollow, right? So all you do is you're going to start, I just pierced them with something sharp, and then I started taking my little wire cutters, because these are like plastic, but then you can control how much you're going to break, right? I know we're all sensitive about eggs right now. We're all sensitive about the egg prices, but I mean, we're gonna recycle. Aren't they cute, the confetti ones? So anyway, so then you can do this, right? So either way, you can do these cute little things. I have a couple of ideas with those, but anyway, they come in a whole dozen, and you can pierce them, and you can do some really fun projects with those. So either way, you can use that. Let me just close my paste up because you got to do that. All right. So now what we're going to do is our little guys should be, I know, eggs are gold. That's why I'm using the carton. I love the project that everybody's been doing with the little chocolates and candies and decorating out there. I love that, but my kids are big. They want money, and I am not giving them anything. I'm broke, okay? These guys are killing me. My son is killing me with proms this week. Can you believe that? He doesn't even have a date. He goes, oh, I'll get one. I'm like, aren't you supposed to tell them ahead of time? Like, so they can get their outfits? All right, so here's my, anyway, here's my, my carton. I'm going to cut this off. Oh, I forgot. You know what? I forgot. I was going to do something different. Oh, well. I was actually going to chalk on my cardboard my big chick, and I didn't, so that's okay. I'm just going to cut this off. You could save it for something else because we never throw anything away. And I'm going to just kind of do this. I'm going to put one over here, one over here. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I need that many. Green, yellow. There. Okay, so I'm arranging them like this. It is the most expensive. Disneyland, one-day trip, $240. Yearbook, $100. Cap and gown, rental, like $80. Oh, maybe they don't go with dates, you know? Maybe they don't do dates. I don't know. Okay. Let me go ahead and chalk this really quick. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but I don't ask questions. The last time I asked questions about homecoming, I ended up having to make all those corsages, remember? And boutonnieres. I don't want to do that. I'm afraid because these guys are all very, like, not organized. And I am, and it drives me crazy. Okay, so I'm going to do welcome peeps on here. I know we talked about wax paper, but I don't have any, and I don't want to use my surface wax because me and surface wax don't get along right now. So I'm just going to use a piece of white paper, and I just do this to smooth it out, and I won't pick anything up. And then I got a 16-year-old girl that's going to be coming up, and I asked her, did anybody ask you to prom? And she was like, no. I was like, okay. All right, just wondering. I'm going to just put this straight up. So this is a dollar store sign. This is all stash stuff. Stash and trash. I actually had another, I have another project. I think I'm going to do it during the week. But it's more like a lamp that doesn't work. And I didn't want to get rid of it though. I need a wax class because me and wax don't get along. I'm using the color bark on here. And I was thinking of, you know, using the white eggs and maybe using those transfers to decorate them, but that's for time purposes, I'm not going to do that. I like to try to finish this in the hour. So I'm going to use the colored ones and stuff. I know these are great. They have a lot of nice signs. I'm going to do Peeps and Pucker because it's bright and I like it. I'm trying to use my craft stash because, well, you know, the Dollar Tree is not $1 anymore. It's not $1. So I go in there and it's the $30 store or the $25 store. Okay, let's take a look really quick and see how I did. Can't see the Peeps too well, but that's okay. So I've got Welcome Peeps on here. Oh, no, it's not fun. No, it isn't fun. It's driving me crazy, but I know. They'll probably say I'll miss it later. My older son is 29 today, so today's his birthday. He's a man child, so he's doing his thing. All right, I'm going to put this aside, and then we're going to just put this together. Let me chalk these little eyes really quick on here. Yeah, it's so crazy. These are the little faces of the birds from Welcome Peeps. And, oh, well, did you guys know that this lines up perfectly? Who knew? They line up together. I didn't know. How exciting for me. I'm using bark inside. These will just make it pop. Okay. On this one, and maybe I'll just use an eye on this one. Maybe I'll just dab it with some brown. I'll just dab it. Good. Okay. Isn't that cute? Look. So now they have little faces, which makes it totally more realistic. And then on this other guy, he had the old one. This is 2018. This one has the little face too. So I'm just going to do this really fast, and then we're going to assemble our project. Now, I heard it through the grapevine that Wendy Chocolicious is going to do some resin today. And I am really wanting to do resin. It's just, I worry about myself because I get hooked into stuff, but I can't wait to see what she does. I've seen a few beautiful pieces she's made, and so if you're looking to learn something a little new, make sure you're going to see what Wendy makes today. All right. This one's a little sticky. Okay. Cute. There we go. So everybody's got a face now. All right, now, let me just give my transfers over here a little spray so that when I go to the sink. I talked too much, so originally I was going to use this cardboard and chalk my chick on it. But I talked too much, so we're not going to use that. We're just going to go with the flow. All right, let's get to the point now. I tell you guys, told you, hands brain to hands, hands to brain. Okay. All right. I'm going to cut these little guys out and we're going to assemble it. So this could kind of be a cute little welcome sign. Hey, you guys, I know some of you saw when I made that big carrot. I know after I looked at it, I was like, oh, I screwed it up. I was supposed to paint higher. But let me tell you, it is so beautiful at my front door. When I walk up to my front door, it makes me so happy to see this giant carrot that says Happy Spring. I want to make more. Okay, so I have this little guy, and I am going to cut him a little closer on there. I'm not going to use the feet because they're going to pop out of the eggs. I might only be using the head. or part of it, but I figured I'd do the whole thing, right? So I want them to kind of, this is where I'm going. Oops. They're going to glue in here, but see how they're going to sit in here? So that's how it's going to be. So let me, I'm not going to fill them all. Hello, my friend. Coily Girl Crafts. What's up? How are you? Sorry, guys. I know, I probably know your name, and I have forgetful brain. All right, I'm just cutting these out, and I'm going to just prop them in here. Look how cute. See? They're little guys, but we're going to embellish them. They're going to be sticking out. So I've been sitting on this little project. I've been wanting to do this. I had a few ways I was going to do it. It's good to see you, too. Thanks, everyone, for taking time out of your day to check out our event. I got to fix this beak. The beak is brown. It doesn't, I mean, it's supposed to be brown. So I chalked it. Well, orange. I don't care. The peeps in the store are brown. So far, you can see they're sticking out of the little eggs. All right, I got one more to cut. This is still salvageable. And, well, let's see what happens, Victoria. Let's see if it really comes together. But I thought this would be a real, oh, I forgot to do this little guy. That's okay. I am going to color his beak. There's some, you could do this farmhouse. Hey, Kim, you could do this in a total farmhouse too, which I think I'm going to do with like the Tiffany stuff. You can do some chicken stuff and use these chicks too. So don't put these away, because you can use this, you know, kind of idea with maybe that. I chalked over this little beak, but it's no biggie. No one's really going to notice. And then I'll just, there we go. Hi, Melanie. Melanie, your grandbaby is so big now. How did that happen? I can't believe how big he is now. All right, so I've got this one over here. So I'm going to break this little egg. These little confetti eggs, all the work's done for you. But if you wanted to chalk on these, you could chalk on them. But remember, we're on time constraint. It just kind of disintegrated, but look how he could just sit in there. All right, we're going to attach those, and it'll be cuter after we get our embellishments. And this guy, which was supposed to be on the piece of cardboard, but of course I didn't remember. Let's see. I'm going to embellish him, but I'm going to cut him out. So now I can move all this out of the way. All right. So here's my chickie. I am just going to distress it. We're going to start building our little window box with these. So I'm using my favorite Distress Oxide, but you could also use some chalk paste if you wanted to. Hey, Shannon. How are you, my friend? I shipped your goodies. Chalk paste bark would work fine. I just used to this, and I'm going to, this way it gives it a little dimension, right? And if you want, you can just add a little of this stuff on his belly over here. And then I'm going to take my little guys, and I'm just going to put a little bit around. It just seals off those little white edges from when I cut. But these would be really cute. Look at the dimension it creates when you just add a little bit of that stuff on there. But these would be really cute too, like I said, with the Tiffany projects. I might do one with that. And I picked up a really adorable apron at Hobby Lobby that I've never seen before. And if you go to Hobby Lobby, and those of you that go often probably already know this, but if you don't, they moved a lot of their blank, look how cute, their blank textiles over by the Cricut stuff now. So, all right, so I'm just closing this in, but look at the difference. See one side over here and then this side? This just kind of like makes them look really cute. Look how cute that looks. All right, here we go. It's time to do what I love to do. Embellish. Embellish. All right, first of all, chicks need fur. So I am going to, as much as this stuff makes a mess, I'm going to give them each a little topper. You can get this at the craft store. And do your chalking first because there's fur everywhere. Literally. Okay, we're going to do that. And I'm just going to, first off, I'm going to take my little hot glue. And he's going to get, this is where what I like to add because it just takes the paper, the flat paper, and gives it some dimension. Look how cute. That's some wild hair. So there's that one. And then we can just put a little bits on the other ones. Right here. And you don't, whoa. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit on these because they're cute. What does it say? You need to look for things in a different, pretty much. I think I have a problem, but I always like to add a little something for dimension, right? So chicks, I mean, I don't know if all chicks, I don't have chicks, don't know anything if anyone's an expert on that, but look at what it does. It just makes it cute. And I just wanted to make a little something on here to kind of just, I don't know, just make it not look so flat. Kind of like they have a big hair, a big hairdo. So look, it's like this whole family of, they're funny. You know how I am. I love all this little silly whimsy stuff. Like glitter and moss. It is like glitter and moss. So get yourself a boa. Gosh, it'll last forever. And I'm just kind of, it doesn't have to be perfect. It can just be, because, you know, I'm just going to grab a few of these little supplies. And we're going to just make the little thingy that they sit in. I mean, I know there's yoke and all that, but, you know, I'm not going there with the yoke. I want to make it with, like, moss and stuff. So let me add this one's hair topper. This reminds me of my aunt. If my sister's still on here, my Aunt Helen, may she rest in peace. That's my grandmother's sister. She used to wear these like really elaborate hats that had flowers. Do you guys remember that back in the 70s? And they had all this stuff and they were like bucket hats with flowers, plastic flowers. This is reminding me of her. It's funny. Now, if any of you wore a bucket hat with flowers, that's okay. I actually saw one in a thrift store. All right, what I'm going to do is, originally I was going to actually paint this and do the welcome in here, but I changed my mind because I want to attach it to the sign. So we're going to attach the sign last. Keep this because you can use that some other day. Let's go ahead and grab some moss. I got this at Walmart. I did not get the moss at Dollar Tree because it's a very small pack. So the other thing I'm going to do is trim these down because I want to be able to see. Anyway, I don't know if this is like, I know that this is technically trash that you could have. I just like to use things that you have. access to. So I'm going to take some of this moss and I'm just going to start filling it in here. And once again, we've got another thing that makes a big mess, but just put a little bit in here to just secure it. My aunt was a trip. She used to wear red, like bright lipstick, and she had those hats and wore like these polyester bright floral tops. I remember. I was downtown Las Vegas in the art district, and they have a lot of thrift stores like vintage, and they have all those clothes. People actually buy that stuff still. Well, when I was in fashion school, I wish I still had it. I don't know what happened to it. That's 40 years ago. Well, 30 something years, almost 40 years ago. I had an encyclopedia. We had an encyclopedia of fashion, and they had bird cages. Bird cages were what they used in like the Antoinette era, and they used to wrap the hair around bird cages, and it's really very interesting. The Victorian time, that's what they used to use to keep their hair up. And pretty much all fashion comes back around. It's really cool. But I thought that was really fun. Okay, so see how I just did that? And this could totally be farmhouse. This is just going to be pastels. But I am going to grab one of these little eggs before I get rid of my boa. I am going to do some. It does always go round and round. You are so right. I'm going to grab a couple of these. See how this one I just pierced real quick? I'm going to just kind of, I don't want to do a lot. I'm just going to do a little bit like that. Just a little bit. Hey, Neva, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Hope you've been well. I am grabbing this, and I'm going to just not open it. I'm just going to tuck it in. Like the chick's kind of popping out, going to come out. So I'm going to do some of these randomly and stick it over here. Then I'm going to grab some of these guys, and I'll stick them over here. Be careful, they're gonna, this way you can see. So I'm going to grab a couple more. I poked these little holes. These are the dyeables. So I'm just going to poke a little bit, and I'm going to add a little bit of this fur. What time is it? I'm okay. Dory Joe's coming up next. So I'm just going to wedge a little of this in here. Add a little glue. It's kind of like, look, like the little, they're going to hatch, I guess. There's no right or wrong. It's just, I don't even know if they have hair at this point. I think, you know. And I'm going to do, let's see, here's a blue one. I'm just going to randomly put them. There's not supposed to be like uniform. And then I'm going to add some other stuff. But these work really good, you guys. If you are wanting to do a little project, this would be really cute if you did it on a like window thingy or something. I have a love-hate relationship with moss. And then I'll leave some of them where they're not hatched yet. We can leave some that are just not hatched. So we fill all the spots. I'm going to put this little purple one here. I don't know. Oh, that one broke, but that's okay. So some of them are going to be hatched and some aren't. But the ones that aren't, okay, so, oh, they're bald. Well, my chicks have hair. They're furry and they're fabulous because I want, mine are going to have hair from the get-go. okay? I have no idea. Okay, so let's put some of these in here. And I know, they don't have moss in them, but I'm going to use the moss anyway because I want it to be, I have no idea. I'm going to shove some moss in here because I want it to look cute. This one has the egg kind of broke, so I'm just going to, these are very delicate. That's okay. I'm going to stick this one in here. So here's our little, we should name them. We need names. Hazel, they're all girls. Hazel, Gertrude, Sally, Winnie. All right, I'm just going to stick a little bit in here. I don't know how trash to treasure this is, but we're using egg cartons a different way. You know, my husband always says, I would love to have a ranch. And I'm like, you ain't having a ranch here, buddy. Okay. I got this one. I'm going to stick over here. This one, I think I'm just going to stick back here. I'll flip it. You don't have chickens anymore? Okay, so far, here's how they are. Myrtle. Look at how cute. All right, so what I wanted to do, though, because I got to add some more, is I'm going to take some greens. So remember, this is like a window box, kind of. I'm going to be making a window box. So I want to add some flowers because, you know, this is just a bush that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. So where I cut all the little holes, I'm going to trim this back because it's a little overwhelming. And I'm just going to shove these in here. Just a little thing. I follow this girl. I don't know if you guys do. Have you ever heard of Small Town something? Oh, you moved to town? Oh, she's called Small Town something. Anyway, she's a crafter. And she also has a farm. She has alpacas. I just love watching her, you know, do her thing. So this is kind of a window box, okay, guys? So this isn't your traditional egg carton, but I'm trying to make it whimsy like that. And I'm just going to add in. So it could be like on your windowsill or something like that if you wanted to. It doesn't have to just be like, this is if I had a farm. This is what my chicks would look like, okay? I'm just shoving some little greens in here. Just kind of trying to, I like whimsy and color and stuff like that. So you can see just my egg carton. Oh, I have an empty egg. Let me put some fur in. Oh, this one's going to go on my sign. So, but I need to put something in here. So I think I'll just grab a little extra piece of fur. And this one hasn't completely popped. Oh, that's a bummer. This one, I don't have, I have two that don't have, I didn't make little chicks. So all I'm going to do is shove the fur down in the bottom and it'll look like it's going to be popping out. See the little fur on that one? It's inside. That's my version of it. So some of them are cute. This one is just going to have a little fur. Okay. And then I will, I'm just going to add some little bits. I always thought that if I was at Dollar Tree, I'd be getting a better savings. Not anymore. You can actually, at Hobby Lobby or Walmart or something, you could grab a bunch, you know, a bushel or something, like a bouquet, and it's more cost effective. Dollar Tree is not cost effective anymore. Sorry to say that, Dollar Tree, but you can get the same stuff. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit of here and there. You know, this is my version of my windowsill of my eggs. Okay. And then, I know, that's from Hobby Lobby. It was like $4. So I've got all these little, I've got my little chicks in there. I know it looks busy, but now what I want to do is I'm going to attach it to, I'm going to use a little of my Distress Oxide. And I'm just going to kind of rough up this carton a little bit. And some of these eggs, they just look too white, and do that. Yeah, there's no, you know, they're not going to give us a good pricing anymore. So if you're going to get something, do the little bit of an investment and just grab them, you know. I'm just going to distress this a little bit. Walmart's got some great florals, I have to say. And if you can grab a bunch for $4, that's pretty good. Okay, so here's that. I'm going to bring my sign over. I have such a mess, as usual. And the fur didn't help. But I am going to distress my sign a little bit. But I am going to add this little guy. And originally I was going to put it on the cardboard, but I forgot, so it's okay. I'm going to just add this one in here. Kind of put it at a little, I would never live if it was an hour and a half away. I have a Hobby Lobby like 4 minutes from my house. Michael's is 3 minutes from my house. Walmart is like 7 minutes from my house. I'm going to take some more and I'm just going to start distressing this. I could have stained it. Oh my goodness. I think that's the one that you were very popular. You know, Dory Jo is famous. Someone recognized her from either, what is it, YouTube or Facebook at Hobby Lobby. So, all right. So I'm using this to just kind of darken up my sign a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead and distress. So you could do all of this ahead of time. I'm doing a cheater version because of time, you know, and it works the same. It works just the same on here. That's really far. I have friends that live in Canada, and their nearest stuff is like 7-8 hours. They live very rural in Canada, so they come here to Las Vegas. They have a home here in Las Vegas, and they come here, and man, I mean, she's like, they constantly are doing stuff. All right, so I've distressed this a little bit. This was just a dollar store sign, no biggie. And don't forget, Dory Jo's up next. Prairie Scraps coming at you. And I'm just going to go a little harder. So I just dirtied it up a little bit. Okay, now comes my attaching. Let's see how well I do this. I could have... I'm going to put this one a little more. All right, so let's see what happens. You have 10 Dollar Trees, 3 Walmart, and Joann's, and Joann's is closing. Joann's is not near my house at all. But they say they're 60% off. I don't need anything, so I'm not going. But I'm just generously putting this on here. I hope it sticks. I probably didn't need that much, but I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, I can't even see my peep words. I'll adjust it. I'm going to put something on here to support it because I should have, I'm going to set this. I know what I need. I just don't have it. Oh, here I do. Here I do. I got a block that I'm going to slide, and then I'm going to just kind of fix my thingy here. There we go. So, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna fix this a little bit. Let me just let this set for a second. So this is trash to treasure. I don't know if it's a treasure, but I'm going to just, you could put this, you could hang it. I just don't want to lift it yet. What does it say? You scored some stuff at Joann's? I know it's sad. I used to shop there like after Christmas, and I used to go and wait in line in the morning and buy, when I was sewing kids' clothes at the time, and I'd go buy all my fabric there the day after Christmas and stuff. I know, all these stores closing. Let me take a look at this real quick. So I'm gonna just move this floral so I can see the peep part. I can just, okay. So I want, you know, it's okay. I can just kind of wedge these in here and stuff. This was like supposed to be a relaxing project today for me. Do you know what I did? I am so dumb. I put it backwards. That's okay. They're backwards. Girl, I'm backwards. I'm going to twist them around. It's no emergency. My chicks were backwards. So maybe I shouldn't talk so much. This one, let me fix it really quick. I got a few minutes. Let me fix it. Look at how they disintegrate. These guys. Just pop them, empty them, and I'm going to put this guy in here. I put it backwards, silly. That's okay. I'll prop this in here. So now you can see them the right way, dum-dum. Girl, what were you thinking? Okay, so what you want to do is refresh your page. You're going to refresh and make sure you go over to the DIY Arts and Craft Room if you're not already in there. Okay, now they're facing the right way. Okay, so I know you can't see my peep word. I should have elevated it, but it's okay. So here is my little project. And you can see I've got my chalked little peeps in there. This one over here. You could hang it on the wall if you wanted to, or you could totally stand it because I found a little stand. Oh, that's so... I know, but I wasn't paying attention. Thank you, guys. Oh, hi, Jen. Messing up is showing how you can fake it till you make it. All right, guys, so this is my little project. Welcome, peeps, trash to treasure. Everybody has a egg carton, so you can just get creative, dollar store sign. We did a little eggies and some florals and put them in there, and that's what you got. So thank you, guys. Go ahead and refresh your page. Go over to DIY Arts and Craft Room and follow along all day and get inspired from trash to treasure. Thanks for taking time out of your day, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you Tuesday, 9 a.m., but go follow Dory Jo right now. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day. Bye, friends.